How many? 2? How many?
Oh, there's heaps, mate.
How many?
There is probably about another
8. Okay.
Just him. A lot of bikes on here today.
Now, all the cars without sand flags.
Oh yeah, shitloads.
Really took one out.
There's a massive group of like 15 cars just sort of slowly all grouped up as well. Like along like 30k in. Yeah. Are you with that massive group of bikes as well, or no, just having a ride? Yeah. Catch you later.
See you around, you coming back through?
No, we've done a whole loop from Wonga up down the Mallee loop.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's the last day, and yeah.
And beer time.
Yeah. Catch you later.
Good luck.
Chris has run out of fuel, so we're just getting his jerry can out now, putting the rest, the 4 litres in there, and then that should get us to Wonga campground. So I'm going to go give him a hand. Hopefully my bike doesn't fall over. Okay, we've just finished Milmed and it joins onto another track here. Well, it's still the same track, but Chinaman track or something. So Chinaman sort of runs into this one. So we're still on the same track, but we've hit a big section. We've done the 65k. Now we've got about 40 more kilometers until we get back to the original camp. And we're chasing daylight now as well, which makes things a little bit harder. But as you can see, we've sort of finished those dunes now. And we should be able to just smash it on these tracks, at least hit 100. So those 30 k's to go. Hopefully it's going to take us about half an hour, and then we'll be back. Hopefully back and loving life. So we ended up doing this ride in 2 days. So I honestly think you could probably spread it out a bit more. You know, we had the issue with Thomas. We also started the first day probably at 9:30 or 10. You know, these particular mates of mine, they're not really rushed to do anything. Others, you know, will be out on the bikes by 8. So I really think if you had to set off an 8 the first day from Wonga, you might be able to make Shearer's quarters. Just do a little bit more than the 200 or 250k we did, which would make today a lot shorter. I mean, once again today we left 9:30, I think, 10. We're just a little bit more disciplined. You'll be getting back to camp a lot earlier. Well, a bit of a stuff up from my side. I am the navigation man, and made a big error. I wanted us going to the campsite. That was a little bit closer, like 50 kilometers closer, and if we had stayed on the actual sunset loop, you know, that extra, say, 30 to get to the other road that takes us to the proper campsite, that was very, very rough, fine sand. And as you can see, the sun's going down now. So I just had to make a call so that in an effort to get back before it's completely dark. I don't want to be doing rough sand walks in the dark at all. I've put us onto some tarmac to just try and get us there quicker. Overall distance that we're going to be covering is probably maybe 5 kilometers more than if we hit the sand. Fuel economy wise, we're just sitting at probably just 90 now. Top here, the WR is just sipping fuel, not much at all, just having a sip. But in the sand, you know, we're really clogging it. So I'd say we probably wouldn't run out. We have a better chance of not running out of fuel, sticking to the tarmac and doing a little bit extra. But yeah, that was pretty epic to do that in 2 days. If you are starting out at Wonga Park and you're heading east and then north, it's a bit tricky at the beginning, maybe for about 40 kilometers, you know, on and off. But definitely the hardest section. Definitely some hard sections in that 40k. Then once you go through the board, once you get off the tarmac, there's another sort of 40k section where it's a little bit more difficult, a little thicker sand. Now from then on, the whole way around until you get to that Milmed, you know, I'd say it's easy all the way with a few mediums thrown in. You know, that part is pretty uneventful in the difficulty section. But from Milmed until you hit the first tarmac road, which takes you back up to the park, back up to Wonga, that is full on. That's some full on stuff. You know, so if you get through the Milmed, which is a 65 kilometers, and you're bugged, you know, there's another 40 coming. So I suppose that's the point where you can decide yourself, you know, do I want to keep on pushing on this? Do I have enough time? What's the situation? And you can sort of bug out. But yeah, I'd definitely come do this again in a 4-wheel drive, or even with a bigger adventure crew. Maybe I'd post an event up again and take a bigger set of bikes through there. I think 3 days would be the perfect amount of time to do this loop in. I think we pushed it a bit today to do all this section, or we pushed ourselves and have enough breaks, just have the one invariable. Well, we made it. There's our cars. I don't see Thomas though. So, well, that's a bit of an issue. And we don't have any phone reception here. Hopefully he rides in. That or he's, I don't know. Maybe he's there. I can't see anything at the moment.